Good energy. This one is called Good Energy. We can be that. We can promote that. We can create that. We can serve that. Good energy. It's inside of us and all around us. It's up to us whether we do that or not. It's not just America, all over the world we're having trouble politically because we're having trouble economically and socially. The people in the middle class who probably got too used to having a decent life and not caring about what was going on above them or below them are being squeezed. So it's harder to have this middle class life where you own your home and you have some savings and you can take a trip and you can help your children. If you get sick, you can deal with it without bankrupting yourself. And like the best countries in the world, mainly Northern Europe, they're the most equal. And you feel belonging. Like, hey, we're part of something. We're part of this country, this society. We take care of each other. You're going to need equality for that. You can't have a few really, really rich people, a whole bunch of poor, and people struggling in the middle. We're not dumb. We're going to see, hey, nobody cares about me. It's all about money. So you're not going to feel a part of a society. You can wave the flag all you want. But if you don't create good economics, you're not helping human beings in your country. So let's promote good energy. We have to, I'm sorry, you can tell who I am. We have to face the challenges. Many challenges we've created. What's it called? Man-made disaster. These are man-made disasters and woman-made disasters. It's not just men. Yeah, we elected a terrible president, and he's already doing terrible things and wants to cut taxes on the rich, which he's a rich person, and then cut benefits for poor people and middle class people, like health care, food for hungry children, immorality. We have promoted immorality, dishonor. We've dishonored this country. We've dishonored humanity. And whatever religion you are, if you are a religion, I think you've dishonored your religion. I think we've dishonored my God or my supreme being or my idea of the creator of this whole universe, which is beyond my comprehension and beyond yours. But the idea survives that something is beyond this human scale, and we are supposed to honor it. This wonderful planet we're on, we take for granted, right? How beautiful is Earth? That's why I'm going to promote good energy today. Part of it is about the beauty of Earth. I'm on Eden. I'm not sure what Eden could look like any better than this. Or heaven. I say heaven on earth. How could heaven look better than this? Have a bunch of clouds and people with wings flying around? I wouldn't like that any more than walking through the Ozarks. Seeing a deer at a waterfall. Seeing a wild turkey. Seeing a hickory tree. Simple beauty. I worked at Yellowstone for 6 months. Majestic beauty. I've seen people do unbelievably beautiful things. Human beauty. It's all here. It doesn't take care of itself. greed and avarice, mammon, they all mean the same thing. We've promoted them. We've set them loose. Do what you want. I'm not political. Do what you want. You're seeing what happens. The rich all over the world are concentrating the wealth. The billionaires are doing good. But we, the people, like the preamble to the Constitution, we, the people of the United States, we, the people, aren't doing any good. It's only the few billionaires. We, the people, are going down. Standard of living is falling. Inflation, which partly, since we are not facing global climate change, all the prices are going to go up on housing, insurance, food, because of all the extreme weather. Now, the blame game, Trump's in the White House. There's terrible fires in California. Are they talking about, hey, we need to help this, we need to, deal with climate change? No, they're going, look at these people. They created all this. They take no blame. Burn, burn, burn. He wants to burn more. They've had 1/10. This is the wet season, I believe, in that area of California. They've had 1/10 the average rainfall in that season. 1/10. Bone dry. Desertification means an area that was once growing and is becoming a desert. That's happening all over the U.S. and the world, I should say. Global warming. Record heat. The hottest year in 125,000 years last year, which broke the year before. Why aren't we talking about this? Why wasn't this talked about during the election? Because we're not very good citizens. You can be beautiful, wonderful people, but if you're shitty citizens, won't end well. You better fight for goodness, honor, truth, nature, humanity, community, equality. We have to stand up and be citizens. Democracy demands it. Trump said he wants to be a dictator, and a lot of people seem to be okay with that. Do what you want. I don't have to worry about it. Well, have a dictator. And maybe he's going to come after your freedom of speech, or freedom of religion, or freedom of press, or freedom of movement, or freedom. It's a big responsibility being a citizen. Sorry, that's the way it is. You're a citizen. I don't care what country you're in. You're beautiful and wonderful. You have great powers. You have a great soul. You have great love. And you have a great responsibility. Get used to it. Embrace it. Embrace it. You have the capabilities to learn and think and discuss and debate and decide, help decide. We have to have that. We have to have you. You have to be political. Good energy. I want to throw out some good energy. I've watched some things on YouTube, and I hope YouTube, I'd like to see that become public instead of, being controlled by really rich people. It's not quite as bad as some of these other places that are controlled by billionaires, but I'm sure it's getting close. We need to share information and share our lives and share communications without having to worry about paying the piper, paying greed and the profit motive. We need this basic foundation of humanity that's supported by the community and not just some corporation that's based on making money, baby, which doesn't give a shit about truth or honor or you or me. So I just started watching. All these are about bicycle adventures. It just happened. You know what it's like. You get into one area and then you'll see these other things, and it's like, oh, that looks good. And these are good. Um, in This is January. In April, it will be 10 years since I've had a car. 10 years. I went to Yellowstone to work as a what's it called? Day porter at the Lake Yellowstone Hotel, 3 to 11 shift. Not a terrible shift. I mean, you never went to bed before midnight because you had to walk back to the dorms and have a drink to kind of settle down after a long day. And it was shitty pay, hard work, but it was beautiful. I was in Yellowstone for almost 6 months. Oh, that's why I went. That's why I did it. I was 55. That's why I did it. And I love Yellowstone. And the lake hotel area is cool because there's a circle that goes around Yellowstone, you know. But to the lake, you have to go on a spur. You have to go on another. So all the traffic that goes around, too many cars. That doesn't go by the hotel. So it's quieter. It's nicer. One of my jobs, I had a walkie-talkie. Hello, Tex. We've got a bison in the parking lot, and people are too close to it, and we need you to go out there. Okay, so I would, go out there. All right, y'all need to back off. At least 25, 30 feet away from that bison. You don't want him to run over you and kill you. I remember walking to breakfast one day early. It was still dark. I'm walking down the trail between the dorm and the hotel and where we eat. So I'm walking down the trail and I'm waking up and I see kind of a shadow on the trail and I go, bison, I gotta walk around. So yeah, I was groggy. Oh, that's a bison. That's right. I'm living with bison, so I have to walk around so as not to disturb it or get run over by a 1,500-pound animal. I don't know. Anyway, so I biked a lot in the last 10 years. And so I just started one. It's called Bike Packing the Netherlands. It was a couple. It seemed kind of cool. This is from the Netherlands. I was in Amsterdam it's about 2 years ago. Amsterdam for maybe a week. Flying Pig Uptown Hostel. I think that was it. Right next to a really very nice park, real close to the Van Gogh Museum. And I love Van Gogh, but that museum, to me, a lot of it was drawings in black and white, and I like it more from what I've seen at the Met in New York, at the Chicago Art Institute. And me and my girlfriend went to a place in Paris. It wasn't the Louvre. It was another place, Odelay, I forget. But it was nice, and I love Van Gogh. But it's kind of funny. This hostel, the bar was downstairs, and my room, which was solo, I had my own room, shared bathroom, but it was on the fourth floor. They call it fourth floor. It's actually, to me, it's the fifth floor. So I'd go down, maybe I'd be down, have a couple of drinks, about 5 or 6, and then 60, how old was I? 64-year-old man had to walk up 5 flights of stairs to go home. Amsterdam was cool. I loved the bike culture. I loved all these bikes. There's almost too many. Overpopulation is a thing of the earth that we've never really dealt with very well and still don't. And population, 8 billion, 200 million, something like that. Creating all sorts of resource depletion and pollution and problems. But I was afraid to get on a bike because they knew what they were doing, and there were so many going, and I like seeing it. And it was more human scale and quieter and slower than a car. I remember talking to a guy who was getting a sandwich in a shop. I said, I like your culture, man. I like this, all the bikes and stuff like that. He goes, well, one thing I like about America is your neighborhoods or something like that. He goes, you know, he was saying he lived in an apartment complex. He said, I never talked to my neighbors. So this idea of loneliness, we're not connecting. Yes, we need food, clothing, water, housing, safety. We're not doing a good job on that. We need those things. And we need belonging and community and witnessing and testifying and loving each other and being a human being with other human beings. So that was a education, just him telling me that. Because you can think, oh, Netherlands is so cool. They most of them have money and they have bicycles and it's easier to get housing. And yeah, a lot of Europe, you're not getting paid as much. The housing is cheaper, but you're not getting paid as much. They take a little bit better care of you about health care and housing than we do in America. But there's homeless other places all over the world too. I went to a place called Utrecht, and I remember online it said the most bike friendly city in the world. And I thought, well, I'll go to that. It may be a cute little village or something. So I took the train there, and of course, it's a million people. It's a million people. The canals were cool. I like, everybody loves water. The canals were cool. But I was in one particular area and didn't see a lot of bicycles. But I want to go back to the Netherlands. It's very pretty. Where did I go? The Hague. Um, Close to The Hague is the North Sea. That's where I stayed, which was nice. I could walk 100 yards and there was the North Sea. It was cold. It was in like February, but it didn't matter. It's still beautiful ocean. Okay, so bike packing in the Netherlands. I don't know. I haven't watched enough, but I can tell you about this other couple that's awesome. Josh and Sarah Ride. It's on YouTube. Josh and Sarah Ride. They're awesome. They're just a very cool young couple that love the outdoors and take some hellacious bike trips through different areas, love adventure, and she's up for it. A lot of times you would think the guy's strong and let's do this, and the woman is being dragged along. No, no, no. No, she's smiling and happy, and it's raining. They're both pretty positive. That's one thing I really like. Even through the bad weather and the hills and the challenges that they face, they're both pretty positive. And that's what it relates to life, the challenges, the uphills we have to go up, the bad weather we face. Deal with it, cry, but stay positive. We're not here for long, and appreciate how beautiful it is. That's another thing. These guys are outside and they're always appreciating how beautiful it is because it's beautiful. Here's my apartment. I like my apartment. I'm happy to be here. I'm thankful, lucky. But I'm not going to tell you how beautiful it is compared to if we went that way about 5 miles and walked through the woods where I grew up. That's some beautiful stuff. So these bike adventures, the beauty of nature comes through. You understand how beautiful this home is that we have been given, that we must take care of. And if you deny climate change, I think that's a crime against humanity. Humanity is suffering. This is the first human-made mass extinction. Creation is suffering. Don't talk about God if you don't mind watching a mass extinction of God's diversity of life, God's creations that we're destroying by burning coal, gas, oil. It's a crime against creation. We didn't create it, but we have to deal with it. It's on our shoulders. My dad didn't know what was going on. They didn't talk about it. He was a good man, but he didn't understand global warming. But I do, and most of you do. And we have to change dramatically. We don't know how because it's all about me, and that's what's hurt us economically. Is it's all about me getting rich and me doing this, and that's why it's getting more and more unequal. But at the same time, when we say we have to come together and fight global climate change, we're like, I don't know how to do that. How do we come together? How do we work as a community? We're so used to fighting for more and more money. I want to be rich, and you're never rich enough. Everybody wants. Oh my gosh, unbelievable! A guy has $400 billion. That should tell us how sick we are. That should be the front page story in all the news. Concentrated wealth, destroying community, equality, democracy, humanity. No, you don't see that in the papers. Papers are owned by billionaires, most of them. But we know, we understand. It's up to us, on our shoulders, baby. Our shoulders. So Josh and share a ride. Um, there's another one, and just they're nice people. They're a couple. They're nice to each other. It also shows you how to be a good companion, lover, mate, um, being yourself. You don't have to change for somebody else, but also to respect them and appreciate them and be there for them. Another one called Cycling from Finland to Singapore. That's pretty good. That's about an hour and a half, something like that. By Curious Pedals, or this. There's also Alvari Poikola. Anyway, cycling from Finland to Singapore, Curious Pedals. That's pretty good. And a good thing about that is you will see, just like Josh and Sarah ride, you're on this journey, like we are in life. You're on this journey, and wow, that's beautiful. Wow, this is fun. Wow, and then bad weather, or you get hurt, or somebody gets hurt, and it's like sad, and you have to stop, and you suffer, and you deal with suffering, and then you get back on, and you go further. You're on a travel, you have to stop, you deal with something, and you keep going, you have to stop. So maybe that's one thing I like. And also, they're in these beautiful places I'll probably never be. Uh, so just seeing the world. I lived in Morocco. Well, I have a Moroccan hat over there. And that was really nice getting to know that culture and those people. And if some dumbass says something about Muslims, I'll go, do you know any Muslims? Have you ever met a Muslim? Because I was in a Muslim country for a year. Awesome people, beautiful people, wonderful people, very kind to me. All of them? No, just like in America or any other country. There's some kind of mean people or greedy people or unhappy people, hateful people. But it's like this many. And this many are the good people that want to see you do well and care about you. And most people are like that. And there's a problem when the good people hang back and don't do anything. And these people that are greedy and hateful and loud and bullies, they'll take over. While the good people are just kind of standing there going, oh, I can't believe they're doing that. Oh, look at that. It's like, yeah, you have to be involved. The community doesn't run by itself. We are the community. We run the community. Bullies will take over unless we say no and say we want to have a society of equals that cares about each other and takes care of the earth, is honorable and truthful Anything else? Good energy? The idea that the adventure, the experience, seeing our world, that's another thing, that these videos do. We like adventure, and we do need some disposable income to take a trip. America needs better train system. Amtrak is too expensive and it doesn't go enough places. Europe, you can go about anywhere on a train. You don't need a car. That's one reason I'd like to go to Europe, just because I don't want a car. But here, uh, I live in Fayetteville, Arkansas. It has a bus system, not a very good one, and it doesn't go that many places. When I lived in West Seattle, I loved the Sea Line bus because it would take me, I could get groceries, I could go to the park, I could go downtown. And that's, I just had one particular bus system I love, the Sea Line. But they have some light rail, and if I lived there, I'd find maybe another bus system or the light rail, mass transit, mass transit. I don't want a car. Pray for me. I never get a car. I will tell you this: sitting so much and sitting on the bike, it's giving me hip problems. And what does it do? Shorten your hamstrings, which you have to stretch back out, which I haven't done a good job. So I'm hoping to stretch and strengthen, stretch and strengthen. We're too sedentary. So many, probably billions of people know what I'm talking about that sit too much at work, or if you're retired, you sit too much. So let's work on that, my friends. You are my friends. You are my family. You are my inspiration. You are my love. You are my community. And I want to promote good energy. I want to find the cursor. There it is. Not cursing. I don't want to curse. Uh, but we are all together on this beautiful little planet, this paradise, this Eden, and we're all gifted and talented and fantastic gifts of light from gods above. We need to take care of each other and take care of the earth. I don't have a religion. I don't want a religion. I'll try to learn from anybody, try to learn good ideas and stuff. When the guy asked Jesus, what's the greatest commandment? Love God with all your might, love each other. That's so simple. And when he says, love God with all your might, to me, God is creation, God is this planet. So love the planet, take care of the planet. Global warming is killing the planet, and our devastation of all natural areas is destroying the planet. Desecration, desecrating sacred places. So let's work harder on loving Earth, which is an Earth God. I mean, I guess God is all the planets too and the stars, but I don't see any life there. I don't see this kind of explosion of beauty and life and diversity. Oh my goodness, what a place we have here. Love Earth, love each other, take care of yourself.